Hey beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I want to thank both my new and returning subscribers for your love and support all the way. Thank you so much. I do not take it for granted. So guys, please do not mind my voice. I have a cold. So today's tutorial will be on how to make this beautiful dress. I'm going to show you a very easy peasy way of cutting the collar, without having shortage. I will also be showing you a flawless way of finishing your collar. You don't need to use bias. You're not going to be having joinings on the neckline. You're also going to learn how to avoid zip bulge on your dresses and how to pipe your sleeve. So let's get right into the tutorial. Welcome back guys. So the materials you'll be needing your scissors, your zipper, the hairstay, the crepe fabric, and your main fabric. It's a stretchy material. So before we proceed, I would like to show you how to place your fabric. You can see this side is less stretchy and the other side is very much stretchy. This is called a one-way stretch. So your zip bulge starts from the choice of fabric. So when you get to the market, please always try and buy a one-way stretch fabric if you're working with a stretchy fabric. So the less stretchy part is going to be our horizontal placement, while this very stretchy part is going to be our vertical placement. So with our starting line drawn out already, we'll mark our shoulder measurement, which is 16. Half of 16 is 8, but because we are cutting directly on the fabric, we'll add ½ inch for seam allowance, which is 8.5. I go ahead and mark our chest line, which is 9 inches. I will allow the line. And put our shoulder measurement on the chest line. And we're taking our neckline measurement, which is 3 by 3. I'm going to roll out all the lines. We'll come down by 1 inch for our shoulder slope and connect it to the neckline. Then connect your line down to the chest line. So that's your armhole box. So I'll go ahead and take my waist measurement, which is also known as my half length, which is 18. I roll that out and I measure the hip line and the length of a gown, which is 39 plus 1 inch for folding. So I go ahead and measure my bust measurement, bust 38, and I placed it directly. I didn't add any seam allowance because this is a stretchy fabric. So, and it's really stretchy. So I didn't add any allowance. I marked out my hip measurement as well. I didn't want it to fitted on my waist, so I used my bust measurement on my waist line as well. So connect all the lines together. So guys, there's something I want to show you on how to avoid sharp points on your curvy areas. You go up by 1 inch from your hip line, go up and go down by 1 inch, then place your curve ruler in between the lines and just make a curve. You can do that on your pattern as well. That's how to avoid sharp edges on your dresses. So I go ahead and measure the armhole, divide it into two, come out by 1/2 inch and roll out the lines. I did a back neckline of 1/2 inch because it's directly on the fabric. If it was on the pattern, I would do 1 inch, right? So after sewing, it will come back to 1 inch. So I go ahead and cut out. It's very easy, very easy. So I placed the front material on the back. You're trying to cut the back. So I marked out the zip allowance of 1 inch. I rolled out the half length, that's the waistline and the hip line. So to avoid the zip bulge, what you do is you measure 0.5 or 0.75 on your waistline, then you connect it from the top, from the beginning of your fabric to that point. You roll it out on a straight line, the way you do on your pattern. Yeah, you do it like that. Just watch what I'm doing closely. You can see it. I used 1/2 inch here. Then you, from that waistline, you connect it to your hip line. Sorry, I'm having 2 lines there. But please ignore the second one. So just connect it like so, from the waistline to the hip line, and that's it. That's how to avoid your zip bulge. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. So we are not going to cut the sides yet. Remember, everything about fashion is give and take. So that 1/2 inch we removed for the zip bulge, you come to your armhole and add it back. You add it from your armhole and blend it into your hip line. Just watch what I'm doing. You blend it like so. Remember, we didn't remove anything from the hip line. That's why we are blending it. If you use 0.75, add 0.75 there and just blend it into your hip line and before you cut out. So I've done all the cutting out. I've cut out the neckline. Our dress is almost ready. So we have our cutout sleeve already and the strap of 5 inches, which is 2.5, folded into 2.5. Then your bias strip. So before we go ahead to join the fabrics together, so I'm going to stabilize the neckline area. You know, I always tell you tips on how to work with stretchy fabrics. You have to stabilize to ensure that they are stable. So I put not up to 1/2 inch strip, you know, around the neckline area and also around the zipper areas. I use 1 inch of hairstay. So remember, we are working with a collar, so we don't want to have excess measurement. So that's why we are doing all this. So let's go ahead to show you how to pipe the sleeve. So you place your bias strip on 0.25 before the main fabric. I don't know if you get, just we have half-inch sewing allowance, so just place your bias in between, so you're sewing on half-inch on the material but 0.25 on the bias strip. So I'll sew it and show you guys what it looks like. So I've sewn that, you can see. Then you use the other half-inch. Remember we folded 2.5, so that half is the sewing allowance. So you fold the half-inch, use it to cover the seam line, so you can adjust the bias strip to how big or how small you want it to be visible, right? So you go ahead and sew that line. I'll sew it and show you guys what it looks like. So this is it, guys. So let's measure our neckline. We are trying to make our collar. So go ahead and pin down your fabrics together, making sure they are even, because if you don't get the measurement right, your collar would not come out well. So from one end of the zip, you place your tape and measure. Make sure when you're taking the measurement, you're stretching out the fabric. And we have 8. We got 8. So we are going to bring out our paper, because we'll be drafting the collar on the paper. To know how much to fold, it's your neck measurement plus 3 inches. Your neck measurement plus 3 inches, so that's 11 inches. So at the folded edge, come out by 1 inch and mark it. So from that 1 inch, you place your back neckline, that is the zipper area, and just trace out the neckline. Trace it out. The line is going to be funny, but don't worry, all we need is the shape of the neckline. Take your time and do that carefully. Trace it out. Then you can try and make a curve either with your hands, with your free hand, or if you have a curvy ruler like this, you could just use it to just, get a good curve. And I traced it out with my marker for it to be visible. So I want the width or the length of the collar to be 3 inches. So I go ahead and mark 3 inches from the folded line and just mark it straight down. Don't go and start doing 3 inches round. Just take it straight down. I noticed my line wasn't straight enough, so I had to do that again. So, and just connect this one to the end of the paper. And that is it. But you can notice that this collar is a bit long, so you can go ahead and adjust it. You can tweak it. Keep turning your tape to whatever length you want it to be. You can take it backwards and forth, just like that, until you get your preferred length. Then roll it out. So I think I like this one, so just go ahead and cut it out. Remember, there's no seam allowance here. Every seam allowance will be added on the fabric. So I'm going to do all of that, cut it out on the fabric, iron it, and come back to show you guys, because on this day I was already late, so I didn't have time to film all those process. So please bear with me, guys. So I've done all of that, pressed it. So let me show you how to fix it to your neckline. So you're going to take the first part and just open it up with 1/2 inch. That's the collar. We've joined everything, but open the front part, open it by 1/2 inch. You're going to do that to the other sides as well. Just be careful. While doing that, and if you mistakenly open up more than 1/2 inch, you can go ahead and sew it back. It's not an issue at all. So you're going to find the midpoint of the neckline and notch it, because we are going to be placing the first collar on the notch area of the neckline. So I've placed one part of the collar on the notched area and pinned it down. So that place I pinned down, I would go ahead and sew it. I'm sorry I could not show you guys that process. Then after sewing it, the other part, the remaining hanging part, you use it to cover up your stitch that you have sewn. Please, I just need you to understand it, guys. If you don't understand, you can just pause and watch again. So easy, guys. You join one part of the collar to the neckline and use the other hanging part to just cover up whatever you have joined together. So that's it. I'll go ahead and do that for the second part. And guys, I've done that. I'm so sorry, I was already running late on this day. So NEPA took the light. I had not even pressed it, and believe you me, I wore the dress like that without pressing it, and it still came out well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you learned one or two. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I love you all. See you in my next video. Bye, guys.